These are 6 signs that you are activating your power, aka your superpower. Your power and superpower are your mission and purpose in life. They are your talent, they are your skills, they are your abilities. They are the thing about you that je ne sais quoi, that make you unique, that make you an asset to not only those around you, but to this entire planet. So let's get right into it. I'm Timmésha Burgess, and welcome to our community, because turning pain into power is sexy. Now, as you're activating your superpower, it begins within. Everything starts within and begins to pour out. So there are inner and outer shifts that begin to happen that you should pay attention to. So let's start with the inner. Number 1, your appetite begins to change and your eating habits change. If you've been on this journey of activating your superpower, then you already know what I'm talking about. Appetite changes and eating habit changes are one of the first signs that you are activating your power. Maybe you used to eat meat and you no longer want meat. Or maybe you used to be a vegetarian and now you are chomping down on some chicken. Yes, it can happen vice versa. I was pescatarian for 9 years. I did not want a piece of beef or pork or nothing on my plate. I still don't eat pork. But I was a vegetarian pescatarian for 9 years, okay? Last year, 2023, was the first time that I decided to go back to eating meat. A shift happened within me. Now, the original shift was I didn't want meat, and I laid off of it for 9 years. As you begin to evolve in this journey, you will remember, you will know very quickly that there are levels to this, okay? There are levels to your evolution, to your activations. So I started off as a non-meat eater, and now I am back on meat. And literally, for some days, my body was asking for it. But my body originally did not want it. I don't say I couldn't stand to see the sight of it because I could still cook it for other people. I just didn't want it on my plate, right? But after 9 years, my body has shifted and evolved and has activated and will continue to do so. My body decided that it wanted meat. And the power that I attribute this to is my inner beast has awakened and she's hungry. And she wanted meat, honey, in more ways than one. Anyway, so if you are experiencing changes in your eating habits, this is why, okay? You may decide you may be craving more leafy greens. You may be craving more fruits. You may be craving beans. I remember there was a point where I was craving onions in 2020. My body wanted me to eat raw onions, craving raw onions. And I was just eating them breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I wouldn't even have any other food but raw onions. When I looked this up and meditated on it, but when I looked it up and was able to do some research from what a few doctors and nutritionists have said, they say that when your body craves onions, that it's looking to fight off mucus in the body. Now, we know in 2020 it was COVID, right? Which is a mucus buildup in the body, but I'm not a doctor, but I have my own philosophies and ideologies about that, to each his own. And although I was never diagnosed with COVID, because I'm a person that never, ever gets sick, when I do, it's some sort of a cold that comes and goes, and that's very rare. But I was craving onions in 2020. I was eating onions like nobody's business. Never got COVID. So anyway, this is one of the signs. Let's keep going. Number 2, changes in movies and music. Your attraction to certain movies and music will be evident. You'll probably be drawn to more sci-fi movies. You'll probably be drawn to more dark, ambient, gothic type of movies, vampire movies, some sort of thriller, dark romances would be a big one too. More drawn to, sci-fi sort of movies. And the reason being is, as you're activating your power, which is really the power that's been hidden in the shadows and in the darkness of you, right? You start to awaken to things, all things that are hidden in the dark, such as being drawn to more thrillers and sci-fis and dark movies. These types of movies have symbolic messages in them. Okay, certain messages that are placed in these types of movies are placed there meant to activate you even further. You'll only be drawn to these types of movies because they are speaking a language and they are talking about otherworldly things that only activated ones can understand, overstand, and understand. If you were to sit next to somebody to watch these types of movies who are not on your same journey, half of the information in the movie will go over their heads because they're not at a vibrational match to get it, right? But you are. So you're going to be drawn to certain movies because certain movies will have messages in them just for you to help awaken and activate you even more. One of the movies and shows that spoke to me and helped to enlighten and awaken me even more was a TV show called Penny Dreadful. It's written in my book. I talk all about Penny Dreadful and how it activated me and awakened me to who I am and my power. My book is titled Activate: Unorthodox Philosophies That Explore Anxiety, Depression, and Suicidal Thoughts as Symptoms of Suppressed Superpower. Get it, read it, study it. Okay. Another movie that helped to activate me, there's so many, I can't even keep up, but it was called Jezebel. It's spelled Jessabelle. It's a movie on YouTube, and it depicts a girl who was torn between her dark self and her light self. But the movie has a twist on it, but it is about the balance between the dark and the light. But as an activated one, if you decide to watch this movie, you will get it. I also mention this movie in my book, Activate. Make sure you get your copy. It's available on paperback, and it's available in paperback as well as ebook on Amazon. All right, and number 3, this is the last one for the inner shifts. Your health changes and digestion changes. You will notice that your health begins to shift as you are activating your power and your superpower. If you have been a heavier set person, you'll notice that you're slimming down effortlessly. If you are a slimmer person, you will notice that your body is maybe more toned, maybe a bit more stacked than it would typically be. These shifts are happening without you having to try so hard, because as you're activating, there is an energy and a power that awakens itself in you, in your body, in your blood, in your bones. And this starts to shift your body and your health from the inside out. You will start taking different herbs, different herbal supplements, which will add to the evolution of your body's health. Your digestion will change. You will notice that your digestion is flowing more if you've had digestion problems. You will notice a big shift in how your body changes from the inside. Now let's get to the outside. So here are the 3 outer changes to look for, to pay attention to as proof that you are activating your power, your superpower, aka your mission and purpose in life, why you came to this planet. Number 1, your eyes, skin, and hair start to change. Not because you're doing your hair differently, okay? Your eyes will appear to be brighter. Like my eyes are dark brown, but as I've been on the journey of activating my power and superpower, what happens is your light comes on in the inside of your body, right? You're clearing away the debris, the stuck, stagnant, trapped energy inside of you. And when you clear things away, you start to get to see that light or awaken that light at the end of the tunnel. So your light turns on inside of you. When the light is on inside of you, what happens? Things brighten up, right? Just think about a house, the windows are open and it's pitch dark in the house and somebody turns on a light. What happens? You get to see everything in that home through the windows, the eyes being the windows to your soul. So your light is turned on. So your eyes appear brighter. So my eyes are dark brown, but I have noticed a difference in my eye color. You can see the natural brown of my eye. I remember a family member looking at me one time and saying, "Your eyes are so beautiful. I didn't know they were so brown." And I said, "I didn't either," right? Didn't know until I started activating my power and my mission, my purpose, and activating who and what I am. My skin got brighter, okay? Because the light is on, right? That dense fog starts to clear away from who and what you really are, and the true you can shine through. Even your hair lightens up. Now, I wear my natural hair and I wear extensions. I love doing both. When I took out my extensions, so some years ago, I had I think some locks in or sew-in or something like that. And I took them out. I cut off all of my hair. Okay, I cut off all of my hair. As my hair began to grow back, it grew back a lot lighter. And in my extensions, for those sisters that know, honey, we were 1B all day, right? 1B, give me 1B. Everything was 1B. Now I wear extension colors 2 or number 2 or number 4. That is my natural hair color now. Number 2 and number 4. 1B looks jet black against my hair strand. So my hair has lightened up. So you probably will notice this about you. Maybe you're noticing your hair is a lot brighter. Your eyes are brighter. Your skin has brightened up. All right. Number 2, you start to attract people you used to be intimidated by. You start to attract them. You start to be drawn to them and they start to be drawn to you. People that used to be intimidated by, meaning guys who you thought probably wouldn't have paid attention to you in a million years, all of a sudden are drawn and attracted to you. Why? Because as you're activating, you activate an inner confidence. You activate an inner ancient energy that is very magnetic, and it draws people, places, and things from all walks of life. So as you're activating your power, you will start magnetizing to you certain people who in the past would have looked right past you. But they would have looked past you not because you were not worthy to be seen, but because you were not seen, because your light was off. But now that it's on, baby, it's a moth to a flame, burned by the fire, right? They're drawn to your light and also your darkness. But that's a story for another time. And the last one, number 3 of the outer changes, is you start to visit new and different places that you would never have thought to visit before, never even thought you'd be attracted to before. For example, I started being drawn to temples. I love temples, right? Part of my hobby is traveling around the world to some of the most unique, exotic destinations just so that I can visit their temples. I'm not going to tell you what I'm calling it, but anyway, I'm drawn to temples. And so in 2020, I started visiting temples throughout where I live. I just would Google temples and start going. And so you're going to find yourself drawn to unique places and experiences, things you would have never thought to do in the past. Your activated self is drawn to. This unleashed self is drawn to. And why are you drawn to these places? Because these are high vibrational places. So you're going to be drawn to environments where there are high vibrational people. And you'll be able to know it's high vibrational because you'll align with it so organically. It will be effortless. And there are going to be certain places you're not going to want to go anymore. You're not going to be interested in the clubs. You're not going to be interested in going to the bars. You're not going to be interested in being in crowded places anymore because you're probably an empath. As an activated one, you're going to be awakening your empathic abilities. And so you know that you can't be in crowded places. And if you are, you can't be there too long because you know you're drawing in all of that energy. But you're an alchemist, so you know how to alchemize that shit too, okay? So these are the 6 signs that you are activating your power. It's an amazing journey, and I cannot wait to see what you all unleash, what you set free on this journey of turning your pain into power. Why? Because it's sexy. To those of you who are subscribed here on Alchemity, thank you. And for those of you who have not, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like and share this video if what I said resonates with you. But if you're here, I'm sure that it already does on a deeper level. I'll see y'all in the next cast. Ciao for now. Mwah.